Okay, pumpkins, pumpkins, and more pumpkins. Okay, look at these little cuties. Um, I have videos on how to make each and every one of these guys that you can go ahead and click on. But for today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this adorable pumpkin made with bobbles. Okay, it's not a bobble stitch. I think it's called the cobble stitch, but the cobble stitch creates these adorable little bobbles. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make this one. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with a slip knot. Okay. Now there's more than one way to make a slip knot. This is how I make mine. Um, Simple to do. Okay. If you want a video tutorial on how to make a slip knot, I'll put it in the description. Okay, so let me see. We're gonna go ahead and make a chain of, I don't know. Let's see how big it's gonna be. Just go ahead and make a chain. Now the chain is going to be the circumference of your pumpkin. So make the chain however wide you want your pumpkin. How do you know how wide to make it? Well, you can go ahead and measure a pumpkin that you have, either a handmade one or store-bought one, and see. Just remember that the longer the chain, the wider the pumpkin. Now I've double stranded my yarn because I want this one to be thick. You don't have to do that, okay? Oh my gosh. So here I have a pumpkin that I made earlier, and I have the link for that. I'm going to put this in the description. And you can just measure around. So as you can see, I'm going to need it a little bit longer. You see how that's going to be the circumference? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going until it's the circumference that I want it. Okay. But this is just a sample. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here. Okay. So you're just going to go all the way around if you want it this wide. If you want a smaller pumpkin, for this pattern, I don't recommend a smaller pumpkin. I think a larger pumpkin is better. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. So for this one, okay, so just go ahead and make this the size that you wanted. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a row of single crochets. That's going to be our first row. So we're going to have a chain. Remember, the length of the chain is going to be the circumference, the way around your pumpkin. And I'm going to do a single crochet in each stitch across, okay, and single crochet. So if you're unfamiliar with how to make any of these stitches, single crochet, double crochet, chains, I do have a playlist, and I'm going to either go ahead and put that in the description or at the end of the video, and that will give you a good refresher on how to do these stitches. Again, you don't have to double strand. You can absolutely single strand. I just wanted it to be really thick. It's kind of funny because this is a really thick stitch. Okay, so just go ahead and do a single crochet all the way down, and I'm going to meet you at the end of this row right here. Okay, single crochet all the way down. Okay, so see, it's curling. There's nothing wrong with that. That's because I've double stranded it. So it's kind of making it thick, and if yours is curling, you're not doing anything wrong. It's all good. So I'm going to go ahead and do my single crochet in this stitch, and don't forget that last stitch right here, not the knot, the last stitch. Okay, this doesn't have to be precise, it just has to be even. Okay, so now we're going to get started with our magic. I love this stitch, it's so cool. So I'm going to do a single crochet, and it's not going to count as a stitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a single crochet right in here. So I guess for best results, you should make your chain in an even number of stitches. Okay, I forgot to mention that. I was so excited. Okay, so then that's my single crochet, and then I'm going to do a triple crochet. So I'm going to yarn over once, yarn over twice for my triple crochet, and I'm going to look for that next stitch, and I'm going to put it right in there. Okay, and then I'm going to yarn over, pull it through two, yarn over, pull it through two. Now I'm double stranding, so it's a little fiddly for me, and yarn over and pull it through two. That's my triple. Again, if you need help making these stitches, I do have a playlist on the bottom. Okay, or there's actually one video that does it all, so you can check that out. Okay, so I'm going to insert my hook into the next one because it's a single. I'm going to yarn over and pull it through, yarn over and pull it through. Let's do that treble again. Let's go ahead and do our treble. Yarn over once, yarn over twice. Insert the hook into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, pull it through, 2, yarn over, pull it through, 2, and yarn over and pull it through 2. And our next stitch is a single. And that's what you're going to do all the way down the row. Okay, we're going to do a treble. And here's my treble. A pretty tall stitch. And then you're going to do a single all the way down. Treble, single, treble, single. I'll meet you at the end of this round, okay? Okay, so I'm coming to the end here. And apparently I did it correctly. I did an even number. Don't forget that last stitch. I started with a single and I'm ending with a treble. So I know that I made the correct number of stitches. Okay, so here we go. Here's my treble. This is my last stitch. Here we go. Okay, so now you're looking and you're done and you're like, wait a minute, where are the bumps? Let me show you. I'm going to turn it around. Okay, so with this one, the bumps are going to be on the opposite side of your work. So you're not going to see them on the side that you're working on, okay? And that's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. Now the next row is just going to be a single crochet all the way across, okay? So we're just going to do single crochets all the way across in every stitch. Now, I know what the stitches are, but they might be hard to see. So you can absolutely turn it on the side and look for the V's, okay? And make your single crochet into the V's. Again, I know where the stitches are. It's here and here, but you may not see them. So go ahead, turn it on the side. It's okay. And put your hook in under the V's and go ahead and do the single crochets. Do it however you're comfortable doing it, okay? If you can see it, do it in the front. If not, go ahead and flip it on the side. And go ahead and make your single crochets all the way down this row. And that's what you're going to do. So what I want you to do is I want you to alternate the rows, okay? I'm going to work another row or two with you, but I want you to go ahead and make a single crochet all the way down, okay? And I will meet you at the end, okay? Okay, so I've done a few more rounds here. So let me finish this one. And what I'm gonna do another row with you. But what you're gonna do is you're going to, so I'm still doing single crochets to check and see if my mic is on. I'm still doing single crochets. Okay. Don't forget that last stitch. You see it right there? Don't forget it because it's gonna mess up your count. And you're gonna find that your panel is gonna be a little bit wonky. Okay, so I've done a few rows here. We're going to do another row together. So I'm going to do a chain one because I'm starting with the single crochet. So remember to do this in an even number, okay? And I'm going to do a single crochet in the first stitch. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a treble crochet in the next stitch, okay? And it's really easy to see the stitches on this side, right? It's on the other side that it's a little bit more difficult. Thank goodness it's really just a simple single crochet. And we're going to alternate this stitch all the way down. Okay, now I chose a bulky yarn or a double stranding. You can absolutely do a bulky yarn, a thin yarn. You can double strand or not, single strand, whatever you want to do. Look at that. I made a mistake. I was doing a double, which is my go-to. Triple. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to keep doing this. Okay, you're going to keep making this until it is the height that you want it. So if you want a 6-inch tall pumpkin, just make it a little bit longer. Do like 6.5 inches, okay? If you want a 3-inch pumpkin, maybe do 3.5 inches. And I say that because you're going to want a little extra room for the, let me show you, for the bottom and the top. You see? So, you know, this pumpkin is like maybe 4 inches. So you're going to need the extra 1/2 inch or inch for the bottom and the top. All right. So let me go ahead. We're going to go ahead and keep going, alternating rounds. So one round, one row. Oh, I keep saying rounds because the pumpkin is a circle, but it's not a circle yet. So you're going to do one row, the, the plain row. You're going to do single crochet and treble crochets, alternating all the way down I have a knot because I had to attach my yarn and I did a sloppy job. You're going to alternate single crochet and double crochets all the way down this row. Okay, and then when you get to the other side, you're going to chain one and you're just going to do single crochets all the way down. Okay, and that's going to be the side that's going to have the bobbles on it. Okay, and I know it's weird, right? Because you're doing all the work on this side and you can't see the bobbles. But that's how it works out. So go ahead and I'm going to meet you after we have it the height that we want. Remember, the chain is for the circumference. How wide do you want your pumpkin to be? And then the rows that we are doing now, it's going to be the height of the pumpkin. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on that, and I will meet you back after we have it the height that we want. Whatever height you want to make it, you go for it, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, all right, so I've done a few more rows and I want you to end with a single crochet row. Okay, so however long you make it, whatever the height is that you have chosen, go ahead and end with that single crochet row, so the front. Okay, and here we go. And so now I'm going to pull this back a little bit so that you can see a little bit better what we're going to do. Okay, so now we're going to, you can sew this together or you can crochet it together. I would turn it inside out if you are going to crochet, because it may not be very pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crochet it from the back, from the inside out. Okay, so you can do a single crochet, a slip stitch, whatever you want to do, whatever feels best for you. Or again, you can use your needle and you can sew it. But I really, I don't know, I really like making crochet seams. I think that they're tighter, they last longer, and I'm gonna do a single crochet here to give it some more breathing space. And I think that it holds up better, they last longer. But you know, you may not be comfortable doing that. It's not easy. As you can see, I'm struggling a little bit here. But you may want to just go ahead and sew it. That's fine. You know, whatever you want to do is fine. You want to sew it, you want to single crochet, you do whatever you're comfortable doing, okay? Single crochet, slip stitch, you could even do a slip stitch. I'm doing a single crochet because this is a little bit, because I have a bulky yarn, okay? And I want to make sure um, that I don't flatten out the seam, okay? So I'm going to meet you at the end. So go ahead and seam the sides. So turn it inside out, okay? And go ahead and seam the sides and I will meet you at the end, okay? All right, so here we go. I'm at the end. I'm doing the last stitch. Remember, this doesn't have to be perfect. This is just to hold everything in place. What am I going to do? Yep, I'm going to go ahead and pull that off. Now, here's the great part. You don't have to worry about your tails because you can just shove them inside the pumpkin. You don't have to weave them in or anything. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn that out. inside out. Mine is hard because it's bulky. And there you go. Look at that. So that's the stitch that I made there. Okay. It's not perfect, but I was doing it quickly. You know, you take your time and do it. This looks like a great wrist warmer, don't you think? Ooh. But I digress. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to take the yarn, and I'm not going to double strand it now. Okay, and I'm just going to grab some yarn, whatever length you think is good, because we're going to seam the top. We're going to cinch it. Okay, so you're going to grab that needle that I told you about before, and if you haven't used it already, go ahead and thread it. So you might have decided to seam this up. That's fine. So I'm going to decide which side I want to cinch up first. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start here. I'm going to go from the inside, and I'm going to find the stitch. You can go through 2 stitches. You can go through 1. There is no right or wrong way to do this. Here's my tail. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find an end here. I'm paranoid. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tie these together, and it's going to look messy on the inside, but it doesn't really matter because that's going to be the inside, and it's going to add to the stuffing. So don't worry about it. So all you're going to do is you're going to go in and out. You're going to alternate. You're going to go in and out like this and pull it through. Okay. I'm out. So I'm going to go, there you go, in and out, alternating. You could do every stitch. You could do every other stitch. Just like this, you're weaving it in and out of your stitches, however you want to do it. See? And then you're going to pull it. See how it's going to start closing up? And we're going to go ahead and keep going all the way around. We might as well do it together. There's not really a lot left to do. It's very simple. In and out. See? See how it's closing up? Back where I started. I'm going to give it a pull. Now let's see how it goes. Ah, look at that. So I was saying before when I was doing the front and back treble, it can make a cool hat. I don't know how you would feel about wearing a hat like this, but go ahead and you can absolutely put a few rounds of this. It doesn't have to be in every one, right? And then I'm going to go around again because I am paranoid. I don't want it coming unraveling because, you know, people will handle this. It'll get old. The stitches will loosen after time. And what you can do is after you've cinched it a little bit, because this is a bulkier stitch, you can actually do the last, you can go ahead and do 2 or 3 rows of single crochet on the top and the bottom before you start so that you don't have the bobbles going all the way. But that's up to you. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to go across here. So you close up the hole however you want to, okay? Whatever makes you comfortable, because I can still see that it hasn't cinched, because sometimes when you do a thick stitch or thick yarn, it's hard to get that circle to close. So I'm just going to go across. You see, you can't even see it. All right, I'm going to do it one more time. And that's just, you know, I'm just being overly cautious. Okay, so you do it however you want. So that's how you do this part. So what we're going to do after I've done this, I'm going to make a knot somewhere. Here we go. I'm going to find that stitch. And I'm going to make a knot. Okay. And then I'm going to take my needle. See how I'm starting to shape it out? There we go. Oh, I'm sorry. You probably didn't see that. I'm shaping it out. So I'm going to take this needle and I'm going to insert it. And then I'm going to pull it out this way. And I'm just going to cut it. Or I'm going to make another knot. Again, I'm paranoid. Okay, so that, turn it inside out. Where is it? It's right here. Okay. This is what I was working with. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it. And I'm just going to tie it to some loose ends, or you can tie a knot or whatever you want. Again, I'm just being overly cautious. You absolutely don't have to do all these crazy knots, but you know, like I said, these get handled, and if you want them to last a long time, things happen. Stitches come loose. Little ones get their hands on it, and you know, they play with them. I'm sure my mic is still on. Okay, and I'm going to turn it back. And we're going to stuff it now. You ready to stuff it? Okay. Make sure you push out the little bubbles. Here we go. Push out those bubbles, okay? All right, so here we go. I'm going to grab some stuffing because this is a pumpkin. And it's okay if I got little bits of thread in there. That's okay. This is a good thing if you have extra thread. If you have cut off pieces of yarn, thread, or whatever, even little bits of fabric, if you're a sewer, you can absolutely go ahead and stuff it. Just make sure it's not too much darker because it will show through. Okay, and you can make this a very stuffed up pumpkin or a very loose fitting pumpkin. So, and this is where you do your shaping as you're stuffing it. Okay, so does that look good? Let me see. Yep, that looks good. Okay, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my needle again. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did before. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cinch this up. I'm going to make a knot here. Now you can be a lot neater than I am with the knots and things like that. But like I said, this is going to go inside. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to alternate like that. And we're going to close it up. That's it. So I'm going to meet you when we're done closing this up. Okay. All right. So you go ahead and you go in and out. Make sure that you push the stuffing down. Make sure that you've pushed out the bobbles before you close it up. Okay, because you're not going to get a second chance. And I will meet you after you have gone in and out of this a few times. Okay. All right. Okay, so I've done a few ins and outs here. Okay. All right, here we go. And let's try that one. All right. And again, if you cannot close it, you can absolutely go across it. You can go around one more time, or you can stitch across it to make sure that that hole closes up. And if you're using the same color yarn, um, it's not really going to be noticeable. Okay, here we go. So this is going to be a bumpy pumpkin. It looks okay. I mean, I've seen these bumpy pumpkins or gourds or whatever, squash, whatever. I kind of liked it. So I figured, let me try. Ooh, sirens. Okay, so see how I'm just going across? I cinched it up first. Try that first, and then if you still can't get the hole to completely close, by all means, just go across it. Okay, so I'm just about done. And what I'm going to do is, don't forget, you're going to go ahead and like and subscribe this video, right? Subscribe to the channel. I do have other pumpkins. I do have other fall things, okay? And share it if you like. So this is basically what it's going to look like. Okay, so then that's done, and you're going to use this little piece of yarn that's left to attach the stem. If you want to know how to make a stem, you can go ahead and click on this video. If you want to know how to make this adorable pumpkin, you can go ahead and click on this video. If you want to know how to make all the stitches involved, go ahead and click in the description box, and I will see you next time. Te veo. Bye.